Welcome to another deep dive. We've got a whole stack of Microsoft Learn articles here, all about Azure AI services. It looks like we're about to unlock some serious AI secrets.
I'm excited to dive in.
Me too. Let's jump right in. The first article explains what Azure AI services actually are. They call them pre-built AI capabilities.
Yeah, pre-built.
What does that even mean for someone like me?
It means you don't need to be a coding expert to add AI features to your applications.
So no more spending hours trying to code complex algorithms.
Exactly. Azure takes care of all the heavy lifting for you.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
It is.
The article gives some pretty cool examples, like there's one called content safety. It can detect harmful content in text and images.
Oh yeah, content safety. That's a big one.
Imagine being able to automatically flag inappropriate content online.
It could be a game changer for online safety.
Right.
Think about all the social media platforms and online communities.
Yeah, keeping things clean and safe.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just one example of how Azure is making AI accessible to everyone.
Yeah, not just the tech giants.
Right. Traditionally, you needed massive amounts of data and computing power to build AI solutions, not to mention a whole team of specialized programmers.
So it was a huge barrier for smaller businesses.
It was a major hurdle for most. But with Azure AI services, the playing field is leveled.
How so?
Well, Azure uses something called pre-trained machine learning models delivered as a service.
What does that mean in plain English?
It means they've already done the hard work for you. They've trained these AI models on massive data sets, and now they're making them available to everyone.
So I can basically use these powerful AI models without having to build them from scratch.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're telling me I can potentially build an app with AI features without needing a supercomputer in my basement.
You got it. Azure AI puts decades of research and development right at your fingertips.
Okay, this is mind-blowing. Speaking of applications, the articles dive into some real-world examples that are pretty amazing. They cover everything from education to extreme sports.
There are so many cool examples out there.
Let's start with education. The article mentions something called Immersive Reader.
Oh yeah. Immersive Reader is a fantastic example of how AI can personalize the learning experience.
So it's like having a personal tutor built into your computer.
Exactly. It can adjust the reading speed, translate text on the fly, and even provide visual aids.
So it's adapting to each student's needs.
It's all about making learning more accessible and engaging for everyone.
That's incredible. And what about sports? How's AI being used to help athletes?
There's this really neat app that uses Azure AI Vision to analyze surfing videos.
Surfing videos?
Yep. It can provide surfers with insights into their technique, helping them to improve their performance.
So it's like having a virtual coach.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's amazing what AI can do.
Okay, so before we get too carried away with all these amazing applications, let's go back to basics. How do you actually get started with Azure AI? How do you access these services?
Great question. One of the articles, Create Azure AI Service Resources, explains the two main ways to get started.
Lay it on me.
You can create a multi-service resource or a single-service resource.
A multi-service resource or a single-service resource?
Right. It depends on what you need.
Okay. Can you break those down for me? What's the difference?
A multi-service resource gives you access to multiple AI services with a single key and endpoint.
So it's like a buffet of AI tools.
Exactly. It's perfect for exploring different AI capabilities.
And what about the single-service resource?
A single-service resource is more focused. It gives you access to one specific service, like speech or vision.
So if I only need one particular service, I'd go with the single-service option.
Exactly.
Got it. And how do you actually create these resources? Is it a complicated process?
Not at all. It's all done through the Azure portal. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay, that's good to know. But once you've got access, how do you keep everything secure?
Security. That's a great question.
Right. These are powerful tools, so security has got to be a top priority.
Absolutely. The article, Understand Authentication for Azure AI Services, explains how it works.
Okay, I'm listening.
Most Azure AI services are accessed through something called RESTful APIs.
RESTful APIs.
Think of them as the language your application uses to talk to the AI service.
Okay, I kind of get it. So how do we make sure only the right messages get through?
That's where authentication comes in. Every request needs to be authenticated using an endpoint and a resource key.
So it's like a two-step verification.
Exactly. The endpoint is like the address, ensuring the request goes to the correct AI service, and the resource key acts like a password, ensuring only authorized users can access it.
So like double security for your AI services. You need both the right address and the right key to get in.
You nailed it. That way, your AI resources are protected and only accessible to those who are supposed to have access.
Makes sense. Now, once you're all set up and secure, how do you actually use these services? Are there different ways to interact with them?
Definitely. The article, Use Azure AI Services, highlights a few different approaches.
Like what?
Well, for those who are new to AI or not comfortable with coding, there are user-friendly studio interfaces.
So these studio interfaces are like a no-code option.
Precisely. They provide a visual and interactive way to experiment with the AI services.
That sounds perfect for beginners or anyone who wants to try things out without having to write code.
Exactly. It's like a playground for AI exploration.
I like that. And what about developers who are, more experienced with coding? What options are there for them?
Well, they can use SDKs and REST APIs to integrate the AI services into their applications.
So it's about choosing the right tool for the job. Studio interfaces for exploring, SDKs and REST APIs for more advanced work.
You got it.
And speaking of studio interfaces, can you give us a quick example of how they work?
Sure. The Content Safety Studio is a great example. You can link it with your Azure AI resource and immediately start experimenting with identifying harmful content.
So, if I wanted to build a system to automatically flag offensive comments, the Content Safety Studio would be a good place to start.
Exactly. It lets you see how the AI models analyze and categorize different types of content.
This is awesome. It seems like those studio interfaces make AI so much more approachable.
They do. And that's just one example. There are studios for all sorts of services, like vision, language, and speech. Each one offers an easy and fun way to explore the power of AI.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already in this first part of our deep dive. We've learned what Azure AI services are, how they're making AI accessible, and even seen some real-world applications.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
so much more to discover about Azure AI and the incredible things it can do.
I can't wait to dive in and learn more. Wow, we really did cover a lot of ground in that last part. Azure AI is opening up some serious possibilities.
It really is. And we've only just scratched the surface. Let's dive even deeper and explore how these Azure AI services are transforming industries.
Okay, I'm ready for more. Where should we start?
Well, healthcare is a prime example. Imagine using AI to analyze medical images, like X-rays and CT scans.
Yeah.
Azure AI can actually help doctors detect diseases earlier and with greater accuracy.
Wow. So it's like having a second set of eyes, helping doctors make critical diagnoses.
Exactly. And early detection is so important for so many diseases.
It really is.
And Azure AI doesn't stop there. It can also be used to personalize treatment plans, taking into account a patient's medical history and even their genetic makeup.
So it's like moving toward a more personalized approach to healthcare.
Exactly. It's about tailoring treatments to the individual.
That's incredible.
It is. And the impact of AI goes way beyond healthcare. Think about the retail industry.
Okay, retail.
Imagine walking into a store and your phone starts giving you personalized recommendations based on your past purchases.
That's already happening, isn't it? Sometimes it feels like my phone knows what I want before I even do.
It is, and it's only getting more sophisticated. Azure AI is playing a big role in that. These systems analyze huge amounts of data to figure out what customers might be interested in.
So it's all about creating a more personalized and engaging shopping experience.
That's right.
Pretty cool.
And it's not just limited to physical stores. Azure AI also powers online shopping experiences. Think about those chatbots that pop up on websites offering customer support.
Oh yeah, the chatbots.
You're getting better and better at answering questions and helping with things like returns and exchanges. And it's all thanks to AI.
So AI is streamlining the entire retail journey, from browsing products to checkout and beyond.
Exactly.
It's not just about making things easier for customers, though.
Right.
AI must be helping retailers as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
AI can help with inventory management, predicting demand, reducing waste, making the whole operation more efficient and sustainable.
That makes sense.
It does.
It's amazing to think about all the ways Azure AI is already a part of our lives, even if we don't always realize it.
It is. And as these technologies continue to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications in the future.
Okay, so we've seen how Azure AI is impacting healthcare and retail. What other industries are being transformed by this technology?
The applications are truly limitless. But let's look at a few more examples. The finance industry is using Azure AI to detect fraudulent transactions.
That's a big one.
It is. They're also using it to assess risks and provide more personalized financial advice.
So AI is helping keep our money safe and helping us make smarter financial decisions.
Exactly. And in manufacturing, AI is being used to optimize production processes, predicting equipment failures, improving quality control.
Wow. It sounds like AI is becoming the ultimate efficiency expert.
You got it. And then there's the world of transportation.
Transportation, okay.
Azure AI is being used to develop self-driving cars. It's also helping to optimize traffic flow in cities and improve logistics and delivery routes.
So AI is literally changing the way we move around the world.
That's right.
It's incredible to think about the potential impact on things like safety and efficiency, even environmental sustainability.
It is. And these are just a few examples. Azure AI is being applied in fields like education, agriculture, energy, even entertainment. The possibilities really are vast and constantly expanding.
It's an exciting time to be following the world of AI. It feels like we're on the cusp of a real technological revolution.
We are. And as with any revolution, it's important to proceed thoughtfully, responsibly.
That's a good point. With all this talk about the incredible things AI can do, it's easy to forget about the potential challenges.
Right. We need to be mindful of how these powerful tools are being developed and used. We need to make sure AI is used ethically for the benefit of everyone.
So how can we ensure that AI is a force for good?
Well, that's a big question, a complex question. But I think it starts with conversations like this. We need to raise awareness about the potential impact of AI, both good and bad. Encourage diverse perspectives and, really think about the ethical implications.
It sounds like we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. It's not just up to the tech companies or the policymakers.
That's right. We all have a voice. We need to be informed, engaged, and proactive in guiding AI development in a direction that benefits all of us.
This is a good reminder that technology isn't neutral. It reflects the values of the people who create it and use it, and we need to be mindful of that as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Well said.
So we've talked about how Azure AI is transforming industries and revolutionizing the way we live and work, and we've also touched on the importance of responsible AI development and the need for ongoing discussion about ethics.
We have. And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll shift gears a bit. We'll look at some specific examples of how Azure AI is being used to solve real-world problems, create innovative solutions that are actually making a difference.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so we've talked about what Azure AI services are and why they're such a big deal.
The what and the why.
Now it's time for the exciting part. The how. Let's see some real-world examples of Azure AI services in action.
Let's do it. I love seeing how this stuff is actually being used.
Me too. Let's start with something that affects everyone. Communication. Imagine a world without language barriers. Wouldn't that be incredible?
That would be amazing. No more awkward hand gestures or fumbling with translation apps.
Exactly. Well, Azure speech and language services are making that a reality. They're being used to create real-time translation tools.
Real-time translation. So, I could be having a conversation with someone who speaks a different language, and we could understand each other perfectly.
That's the idea. It could revolutionize international communication.
Think about it. International conferences, business negotiations, even just casual conversations with people from different cultures.
It could bring the world closer together.
It really could.
And it's not just about spoken language. Azure AI is also being used to help people with visual impairments.
Oh, wow. How so?
There are apps that can describe images and scenes using Azure's AI vision services.
So someone who can't see could still see the world around them through these apps.
Exactly. It's giving them access to a whole new world of visual information.
That's amazing. It's using AI to make the world more inclusive.
It really is. But AI's impact goes far beyond accessibility and communication. What about agriculture? Did you know Azure AI is being used to analyze crop data?
Crop data. Tell me more.
It's helping farmers make better decisions about planting, irrigation, and harvesting.
So they can grow more food with fewer resources.
Exactly. And it can help reduce waste, which is a huge problem in agriculture.
It's AI working to solve some of the world's biggest challenges. Pretty cool.
And speaking of challenges, let's talk about the environment. Azure's AI for Earth program is supporting projects that use AI to monitor deforestation, track endangered species, and analyze climate data.
That's incredible. So AI is being used to protect our planet. I love that.
It's inspiring to see how this technology can be used for good.
It is.
And these are just a few examples of how Azure AI is making a difference in the world. From breaking down communication barriers to helping farmers grow more food to protecting the environment, the possibilities are truly endless.
It's amazing to think about what the future holds for AI. And to our listener who sparked this deep dive, we hope you've gained a deeper understanding of Azure AI services and their potential.
Absolutely. This has been a fascinating journey.
It has.
As we wrap up, we want to leave you with this thought. What problems can you solve with Azure AI?
The possibilities really are endless.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep innovating. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.